about your childhood and your feelings, they're more likely to deny that. So I think there would be a relationship, yes.
I'm very sorry. We've really got to stick. I really apologize. We've got to stick to the schedule here.
I apologize for
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I've been told that while the audiovisual people fiddle with the equipment, do I have to kill a moment here? Well, I've got the high sign here. Well, I had a little item to say, so I might as well say it anyway. That is, we're told over and over again that Mexicans are prepared to take jobs that native-born Americans will not take. And I think a nice little counter to that point is, well, if that's the case, why is it that the Hispanic unemployment rate is twice the white rate? Just a little point that you might raise in the argument next time this comes up. The people we're going to hear from next are particular objects of my admiration because they're all activists. They're prepared to do things. I can write things, sometimes I can give a talk, I can go on the radio, but I just don't have that turn of personality that sends me into the political arena or into the streets, organizing, bearding City Hall, making a pest of myself in that way. And I think, as a matter of fact, we really have won all the arguments. We just don't have an opportunity to make them in public the way we should. We don't have our hands on political power. In fact, I would like to think, really, my job should be phased out, at least in terms of ideas, in terms of explaining what our history is, who we are, what we deserve. I don't think that there is a whole lot more to say. What remains is not so much to say, but to do. And that's why I have, as I said before, a particular admiration for the three people that you're going to hear from just this remaining half an hour. The first person is Gordon Baum, who is the CEO of the Council of Conservative Citizens. I suspect that many of you here are already members of the CFCC, but I always like to give Gordon a chance to say a few words about his grassroots activist organization. He will speak to you about the Council of Conservative Citizens.
Jared said to make this quick because you guys got to take your naps, pre-entertainment, so forth. Been a lawyer for 35 years and talk show host for 9 years. I can do it rapid fire if they can keep up with me. To follow up on what Sam Francis mentioned before, I'm here representing the Council of Conservative Citizens, though I'm a proud subscriber to American Renaissance for many years. For those that are not aware of it, the Council of Conservative Citizens is the second best known, thanks to the Washington Post about 4 or 5 years ago, or the second most notorious next to the National Rifle Association, and the second largest, and we believe the most effective. That's a challenge, though, with the NRA because they get a lot of money. But we are very effective. We got members in every state in the Union, 13 foreign countries, and active chapters in 30 states. Strongest in the South, Mississippi. We have 20, 30 in the state legislature. We have elected officials all across the country and chapters from New York to California. We have a board of 28, and a lot of our people have been big supporters of Jared and Jared of us, but some of our directors are here. Our president, Tom Dover from Atlanta, Georgia. Is Tom around? And then Sam Dix. Where's Tom at? Okay. There's Mr. Dover. Mr. Dover, we refer to him as. We got 28 on our National Board of Directors. Sam Dixon, Esquire from Atlanta, Georgia. Paul Fromm from Canada. How he got on our national board since you're not even American? We're going to have to reconsider this. Orm Miller from now Orlando, Florida. And Sam Francis from Maryland. We put out a publication called the Citizens Informer. There's the last copy is on the end table down there. Dr. Samuel Francis is our editor-in-chief. Peter Gemma, who's here someplace, He's our production manager as the last 2 issues, informs me that Monday the new issue is going to the press, and so those that are members or subscribers, you'll be receiving that in a week or so. Our foundations, the Conservative Citizens Foundation out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Professor Brent Nelson from the University of Arkansas is the president of the foundation. They put out a think piece, longer paper, which all the members get for free. Others have to purchase it. There's some back issues of that here. The new one should have been here, but I had to catch my plane at 11, and they didn't bring it to the office till 12. So, but you have to wait and get that, and it's on the neocon controversy. And the main authors of it are Dr. Samuel Francis, Dr. Jim Owens of Virginia, Dr. Miles Wolpen from upstate New York, and Dr. Brett Nelson and Commander Ray Rain, who financed the whole operation, the second one, thankfully. And so people will be able to get that are members free as part of their membership. They get the occasional paper plus the bi-monthly Citizens Former newspaper. And so that kind of fills it in. Hopefully some of you here will think about the fact we need a conservative movement. It's great, and so we don't try to compete with American Renaissance, and that sort of thing. We're not into publications except for our newspaper, which has a lot of our local activities in it and so forth. But we're primarily building local chapters at the local level to give us a voice, and we've been very effective. You might have read about it. A lot of politicians got in hot water for playing with us. Trent Lott, governors, congressmen, senators, some run and hide and some don't. Just depends on how they run when the headlights hit them. But is that it? Okay. You got to keep an eye on Jared. He'll yank me off of here. That's what we do him. Okay. June 11th to 12th in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee is our annual conference. We'll probably have Sam and Jared and Sam Dix, a lot of these speakers, plus others. You're all welcome to attend. But I want to leave you on one quick thing. Why are we all doing this? I mean, it's pretty gloomy. You listen to all these reports and you're thinking, golly, it's like rolling a boulder up Mount Everest, we lose, lose, lose. But there is hope out there. I've been involved in this since I'm 16. I'm now 27. But the thing is that it is all anecdotal, I realize. But I've got my oldest son's 43, ex-Marine. I got 2 teenage daughters. It takes multiple wives to have this happen. But anyway, among young people today, young men particularly, are more and more on our side. Now, I'm not just talking about skinheads, bless their heart, but I'm talking about jocks and scholars. My daughter, we're Lutheran, and she goes to Lutheran High in St. Charles County, which is west of St. Louis, and it's 97% white and 60% German. Well, the Confederate flag, and not because of the Confederacy, if their great-great-granddaddies were in anything, they were Yankee soldiers. But my daughter, just a couple months ago, went to a concert, over 15,000 kids there. Easily 10-20% had Confederate flags draped all around them and with bandanas, and the kids at the schools and all the high schools in St. Charles County, whether it's Catholic or Lutheran or public, they're all this way. These young people feel this. I'm kind of a hero. And they all follow me on the website. But, I was talking to one of our members here, hold your hand up, from Ohio. He's a teacher. He said 99% of his students are like this. The young white boys are tired of it all. They're tired of being dumped on. Now, the girls are not quite in the same boat, my daughter tells me. They have to beat up on them and call them names. But the white boys are sick of it. And we have to give them form and fashion and present them with something that doesn't scare them off. The main reason people don't become involved is they're afraid. And so anyway, there is hope out there. The kids that are coming up are more on our side than my son's generation and my generation or my father's generation. So there's a lot of hope. Don't give up. We hope you decide to join, but go out there and build what we have. Thank you very much.